Hello, gentlemen. It's nice to actually do a live. For those of you that are wanting the video and to go straight to the details, since this is a live, going to make sure that I post right below when this video actually starts so you can get everything that you need from this video. So you don't have to wait when you're watching the replay as well. I'll timestamp it when this video does begin. Hello, gentlemen that are joining this live. On lives, it takes a couple minutes for people to join, so I like to just give it some time. But as people are coming in, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. I haven't done a live in so long, and usually I post on Tuesdays. And today I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a live. And so I emailed a lot of you that are on my email list to let you know I'm going live. And I was just like, I'm just feel like doing lives. I just haven't done them in so long. And then for you guys that have been following me for a long time, I know that you remember when did lives a lot. I did them like almost every week, right? It's good to be back, gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Mark. Hello, Daryl. Hello, RBG from Denver, Colorado. Hi, John. You're an avid follower. I remember your name. Thank you so much for always being supportive. Thanks, Mark. Hello, Last Discipline. Hello, Ralph from New Jersey. Oh, Jay Ricardo, it is my pleasure. Literally, you were the reasons that give me purpose, and that's what fills my joy, my heart with so much joy, especially as being in this industry and also been doing it for so long. I love to hear that my videos have helped you. So thank you for letting me know. Osmond, hello. Hello, Mark from Washington. Hello, everybody from New York. Awesome. I love New York. Mm. Mendy from Miami. Awesome. You're a close neighbor. I live in Florida. Um, all right. So as you know, I haven't done lives in so long. So I think that it's important for me to kind of really set the tone for today's live because I've done them. Sorry, I'm looking at another computer right now. I used to do them all the time if you guys have been following back in the days or whatever, but it also takes some time for people to get notified. And I have some great stuff coming up today in the live that I do want a lot of men to understand and for us to talk about it. We're also going to be doing a live Q&A at the end of this live. So stick around. If you have any questions, you want me to answer them personally, I can do that right now on a live with you guys. Okay. So we'll be definitely doing that as well. And then last but not least, I think it's important to set the tone for what this video is all about. So let's get into it. And what this live is all about. Excuse me. I have such a habit of just creating videos that I like in video mode, let's create a video let me set the tone of what this video is all about. So the topic of today's live is don't force attracting women by making these four mistakes. And I was on my morning walk today at like 6 in the morning, and I was thinking about like, what is it something that I've noticed in my coaching practice with coaching my private clients in my group coaching that I'm noticing is so relevant these days? And it's like, I don't think a lot of people are understanding what's the difference between forcing initial attraction and also letting it be in flow, okay? And trusting, just letting go of the process. And the most results that we always get is when we let it get in flow, when we allow ourselves to trust ourselves. That's number one. Then trust the process and letting it flow and unravel. Many times we focus on something so much that we want because as humans, we desire love. Um, we desire partnership. We desire conversations. We desire to be seen. We desire to be validated. We desire to be heard. And so, a lot of times, when we have those desires filled with the wrong or the right person, many times we just try to make it work so much that we can end up pulling the right person away, pushing the right person away and pulling the wrong person towards us a little bit more. And I think this is really prominent, especially in the men community that I coach. And the reason being is because I mean, I've coached every man you can think of. I've heard every story. I mean, I've coached over 3,000 men personally one-on-one, and it's crazy when I say it out loud. I'm like, "Wow, I can't believe I've done this." But I've been doing this for 8 years, and one thing that I've noticed that every man shares in common, no matter if he's in college, if he is an entrepreneur, if he is a top CEO, if he's a multimillionaire, if he's an NBA player, if he is in the limelight, it doesn't matter. One of the things that I've noticed is that part of in a culture of a man that I would never 100% understand because I am not one, is it is a lonely world to be a man. Like it really sometimes is. And the reason why I say this is because many times we don't have the conversations that a woman will have. Like we'll literally pick up the phone with one of our girlfriends and we talk about everything that's bothering us and why and and we'll be yapping. If you guys have sisters, you know it. We'll be yapping for hours if we can, right? But how many times does a man do that? That's number 1. Okay? So we have a an let's just put we have a compartment that we can throw our emotions in a healthy, safe place. Hopefully, those friends are good people, right? And then, secondly, we live in a society which puts a lot of pressure on men to make and be something of themselves, which we should which every man should, is what I'm saying, make and be something of themselves, but the pressure doesn't come in the best ways. It comes from a lot of ego. And many times when we're pushing for an opportunity to attract a woman, what we're doing is we're creating that energy that has either been um, implemented in our lives to success or to achievements or implementing the energy of the closed off. I haven't shared my emotions in so long, so I don't even know how to do it with the right woman, right? We're putting that energy into the relationships of attracting women, which I call doing energy. So a lot of times, if you guys have heard me talk, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I talk about doing energy a lot with men, right? And thank you, Jesse. I love you too. I appreciate you guys in the comments. You're so sweet. Um, and so a lot of the time we go into the forceful energy, which is doing. And so that's why I'm here talking about is don't force attracting women by making these 4 mistakes. And that's why I wanted to first preface something very important before we go into the 4 mistakes is because there's a difference between, like I said, for those of you that are just joining, there's a difference between forcing something, okay, and trying to make it happen, controlling behavior. And doesn't mean you're a controlling person, but you're trying to control the outcome, okay, versus letting go and trusting and trusting, letting go, trusting, and acknowledging and knowing what it is that you want and being clear with that. Okay. Because in the middle of both of those is a component, and that is human. And in those components, in that component, we want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to be validated, and we want companionship. And so, if we want it so desperately, we're going to vary probably more to the side of controlling, right? But if we fulfill that within ourselves a little bit more every day, and that's what I teach here in the channel and teach in my coaching and my practice. We're going to lean a little bit more to the other side where we let go and we trust. And when I say trust, I'm not talking about this goo goo gaga, oh, we have to trust the universe and da da da. Like, guys, I believe in the law of attraction, but I also know my audience. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is you have to trust yourself. And many men don't trust themselves and don't even realize it yet. So we're going to get into that. That's what I talk about in number 2 and number 4. And actually number 3. But let's get into it. So number 1, so take notes. I'll be taking a Q&A too, gentlemen, at the end. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I will be answering them at the end. All right. So number 1 is believing the reality verse story. Okay. This is the most popular. That's why I put it first. And it's also something that's very common that I talk about on this channel first. So I just wanted to first get this out of the way. For some of you that have not heard this before, I've been saying this since day 1, 8 years ago when I started this YouTube channel, is many men will, and many people, but since you guys are men, we're going to say men. Many people, many men will focus on the reality, I mean, the fantasy version of a woman versus the reality. So the fantasy version could look like, um, the story, aka the story, excuse me, is, oh, but she's a great time, she's fun, um she's great and she's nice and she's a great mom, or she's just a good girl, she has good morals, I love her family, she has a good upbringing, blah blah blah. And so, or it could look like the other friends, oh, we have a great intimacy, like she gives me attention, but then all of a sudden she doesn't, but she's still a great woman. So we start making excuses for someone's behavior, right? But it doesn't 100% convince you. And so that's the fantasy idea. That is the story that we're giving this person. We're giving them a story that we actually end up believing in ourselves. And that's the most important reality, is that if when you go to the other side of letting go and trusting yourself, you're going to be able to see if someone is a match or not. Because just because someone is a good person doesn't mean that they are the best match for you. Right. And that's what dating is all about. Dating is an assessment process. And it takes a couple months to really truly know if you want to start something more with a person. And the reality is really focusing on, like, what are their actions? What are your actions? Are you leading the relationship? Are you showing intent? Are you asking intentful questions? Are you guys on the same page? Is her words match her actions just as much as yours should be too? And also, too, let me preface something. Everything I'm saying is also something you should be adhering by if you were asking this from a woman. So many times I've seen people want something in their dating life and want something in love, but they're not adhering it to themselves for themselves. So of course they're not going to be able to create it, because they're not going to be able to recognize it as well sometimes when they're not adhering by it themselves. So then number two, gentlemen, is not creating a life you love. This is so important. Listen, life has its pitfalls. Okay, I know. Life has its challenges. Do I know, right? But it's really about our vision and also our perspective and how we handle these situations. And I think many times when we don't handle them the right way, they can get the best of us. We fall in victim mentality, we get emotionally charged, and we start acting from that place, right? So I think that for a man, like, if you're not in love with the life that you've created, you don't have to have this extraordinary life, right? I was just coaching this gentleman the other day. He has a great life and he was like, "I need more, I need more." And I was just like, "Oh, where is this coming from?" Right? And the fact that he needed more is that he wanted to know what it was about, that what it was like to just kind of have the things that other people had. It wasn't really genuinely coming from him. And so when he had pulled that back, he's like, "You know what? Whoa." He emailed me the other day and was like, "I just had the biggest breakthrough. Like, I literally have the best life, Apollonia." He's has sports he's into. He's doing great in his career. He has great friendships. He travels the world. He's healthy. He meditates. Like, he reads books. He helps people. He's active in his community. I mean, he has a great life. So your vision of what your life is like only comes down to you, not the people that you see on social media, because every bit of that stuff on social media, gentlemen, is so fake. It is so fake, and it's not real. And so one of the most important things is you need to create a life that you love. So one of the parts of creating a life that you love is stop breaking promises to yourself. Okay. This is huge, especially for a man, because when men break promises to themselves, this is what happens. One is you don't create trust with yourself. And this is the most important part in dating and in life. Okay. Is you trusting yourself. Two is when you break promises to yourself, you actually end up less disciplined than you should be. And discipline is something that I think every man needs to be hardwired with. Doesn't mean that you can't follow, you mess up and you don't follow through on some situations, but discipline is one of the ultimate attractors that keeps attraction in long-term relationships, besides emotional connection and some other things, right? But it is one of the priority, one of the top things. And because with discipline, you have follow through and so much stuff, right? And then also too, when you break promises to yourself, you tend to get into bad habits, gentlemen, and you tend to get in back victim mentality, and you actually don't see the mirror, the magnifying glass, right? Most of us will go and we will blame, which leads me into the second one is a health routine. Like, you know, our lives can change in a matter of a second, right? So, for example, I was just talking to this gentleman. He was like, I gained 15 pounds because I traveled for a month, but now I'm back on my routine and I'm losing weight. Like, I get it. It's a normal part of life. But you have to have a strong sense of a health routine mind, body, soul, and physical. Okay. Mind, body. I said body. Yeah. Mind, body, soul. So, health routine is super, super important. Just for an example with me, gentlemen, I'm going to share this with you because I'm on a live now. So why not? And a lot of you asked me like to share a little bit about my life, my marriage, and so on. A lot of you might know or not know, but I had a baby, and he's now almost a year. My baby, my little boy, and it's a little baby boy. So I was blessed with a boy. Thank you, Lord. I had a lot of trouble after my birth. Like I was great during birth. I didn't gain a lot of weight, nothing. But after my birth, I had a lot of trouble where I gained so much weight after my birth. You can probably see it in some of my videos, but that didn't stop me. I was still creating content. I was still doing my thing after actually I took a leave for postpartum. But it's just because it's soul. It's my purpose. It was soul thriving. I needed it. I was craving it after a while. And I made a decision like I'm not going to really like harp on this because I know myself and I'll lose it again, but it's important that I stay focused and I do what is right for my son and my body in order to produce what he needs in order to get his nutrition, right? So, my husband during the time when I was pregnant was an avid, he would work out every single day, eat healthy every single day. I would eat most of the stuff that he was eating. And his discipline is what got me honestly back on track. And that's what I'm talking about is like when you are leading men, when you're a man that leads himself in life, the woman that you love, as long as you're doing it with authenticity, with empathy, with humbleness, she might take a while to take on, but she's going to do it. Because at the end of the day, when a woman loves herself, most importantly, herself, okay, first, she's going to want the best for her, you as a husband or a partner, and her child. Okay. And I think it's really important to understand when you lead by example, and especially in mental mind, body, soul health, it really brings everything together in your relationships, gentlemen. And so I share that with you because now, fast forward a year later, I'm probably in one of the best shapes of my life. Okay. Besides probably 1 year or two, but I'm almost there. 2 years ago, but I'm almost there again. Right. So I will be and I will, to be honest with you, I was an advocate for myself, number one, but my husband was really somebody that I admired that pushed me to get there once I felt ready to. Okay. And the thing about this is like, we understand that part of creating a life that you love is you also, inside of that, need to break out of bad habits versus your good habits. So, gentlemen, bad habits and good habits, right? Because if you are so attracted to your bad habits, you can go back and you're like drinking to find liquid courage, or you're watching pornography religiously, or you're basically thinking about bad thoughts all the time when you're attracting women, or if you give rejection a meaning saying like, "Oh, I'm I'm not enough if this woman rejects me." Like, who is she to give you like, honestly, who is this woman to give you an understanding of who you are, right? Like, really think about that. And so, the moment that we get to a realization and we look at our bad habits versus our good habits, and I always have men, and you can take this practice with you that I work with, especially in my group coaching program. I actually have them itemize all their bad habits and all their good habits, and I have them compare it. And they have to work on breaking one habit a week. Okay. I would encourage you guys to do that. And the reason not creating a life that you love is going to force attracting women and make you make mistakes is because of the fact that you have no routine and no stability within you. So a man that is stable is going to create stability with the foundation that he's offering himself so a woman can energetically feel that. And also too, gentlemen, you're going to start attracting higher vibe, higher quality women. And that leads me into number 3. is having a clear vision of your values and living by them. I'm going to go into that in just a second and how to have your values, but I'm going to take a question or two, but also I want to share something with you. Another reason why I'm doing this live is because we have an opportunity for you to actually join me to coach with me a little bit more if this is speaking to you. If you are somebody that wants to have better results in their dating life, you can book a consultation call with me and see, how we can work together. And I think this is really important because I definitely know that, if it's something that you want for your life and you want to have a better, I should say, appreciation for and for yourself and also clarity in dating, I would highly encourage you to just book a call and see how we can work together. I've helped men so much change their lives from, after dating, after a divorce, or new to dating, or men that have really bad social skills, or men who have gotten great results with women but can't take it home, like can't get some relationship results is what I mean. So I think that what's really important is that the work that I do is life-changing results. Okay? This is life-changing work that I do. And what I will tell you is I've changed my practice completely. I used to just coach anyone and everyone. You can go on my website, book with me. That's not happening anymore. I've limited the amount of people I can work with, number 1, because I'm a mom, but number 2 is because what I've noticed is that the private coaching, the group coaching that I do now is one of the most effective transitioning coaching that I've ever transformative, excuse me, coaching that I've ever done in my life. And it really, really works as long as you commit to it. And so, if this is something that speaks to you, you want to start getting results in your dating life with women, getting better at anything I'm talking about, your mindset with women, your bad habits, attracting women, flirting, talking to women, texting women, picking women, choosing women, knowing your values. I mean, I do it all, limiting beliefs, everything, gentlemen. Okay. And so let me go into number 3. And if you guys have booked a call, I would love to know in the chat box as well. Okay. Um, oh, thank you. Maiden, I believe I trust you. I trust you. I said it because something came through trust. I appreciate you. Okay, so I have to like shut off the comments because I get so sidetracked. Like I'm a person when I talk, I I get into it. So then I get sidetracked really easily. So number 3 is having a clear vision of values. I'm going to go back to the comments, gentlemen. Don't worry. Having a clear vision of values and living by them. Okay, number 1 is the most important part about this, and number 3, the most important part about this is actually living by your values. Okay, this is sad to say, gentlemen. I can't believe I'm going to say this and openly admit this. I don't think, oh my goodness, after I just had this, whoa, realization. Okay, I've coached so many men. I've coached, like I said, I've coached over 3,000 men in a one on one setting. Okay. And I can count on one hand. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I can count on one hand how many times a man has actually been clear on the values that he wants from a woman. Wow. Holy crap. Whoa, that just got me a little emotional. That's crazy. I just had that realization. Oh my God, that is crazy. Now, see, I get emotional when this stuff happens. Sorry, guys. This is what live is all about, I guess. Whoa. I can't believe that. Sorry. Let me just give me a second. Wow, that's really bad. Whoa. Okay. Um, whoa, that's really bad. So I think it's really important, gentlemen. This is one thing I've noticed in the community of men is like men don't have values. They don't know what type of woman they want to attract. They'll say things like, "Oh, I want her to be fun. I want to have humor with her. I want her to be nice. I want her to be caring. I want her to like the things that I like." And they think that that's a sense of values and that's their vision. And that's actually what gets them into really bad relationships and choosing the wrong women. Okay. And that's like where I think that we're not teaching men is to have standards. And I say this for the women they date, but also to know what values they want from themselves in a woman. And actually, if they don't see those, be able to walk away from those type of relationships and be able to say, like, this is not okay. And if I'm not going to receive this from the relationship, I'm okay, but this is what I need from it. And you're great and all, but I wish you the best of luck because I don't see that we're a good fit, right? Values are things like getting clear on values. I'm going to give you an example. I think one value that every person should have, but they must adhere by it too. And this is why a lot of us we lack so much in our relationships is communication, and good and working to have good problem solving skills, right? And so I think a lot of times communication can be a great value that every man and every woman should have. Okay. But remember, if you're asking for it, you have to be an example of it. Okay. And communication could look something so different than me than it could to George Taylor here on this live. Okay. So it's about understanding, like, what is communication with to you? So a value of yours is communication. Great. But if you're on a date and you're like, so a woman asks you, what are you looking for? And you're like, oh, I want a girl to communicate with me and be a clear communicator and be nice and fun and humble. That's weird. Okay. But how about if you were like, what I'm looking for? Well, one of the best things that I love is I have to be an effective communicator. I love to communicate open, honestly, especially because I feel like that's how partnership can grow. I can't say that I'm the best communicator, but what I will say is that I want to grow with someone and communicate through our conflicts so we can find resolutions and communicate if things are not going as planned or the way that we like. Like, that is such an attractive quality that I look for and I try to inherit myself. What if you were to say something like that to a woman? You see how more clear you are? And so the clearer you are, the more aligned you're going to be with attracting the right women. Because you have to understand that your choices are a direct reflection of you, gentlemen. Okay. Again, I will say this: your choices are a direct reflection of you. I see till the end of the world how many times I've seen on my YouTube comments men blaming women, women blaming men. It's all BS. Okay. It is just a a reflection of what you are turning against and what you're paying attention to. Because many times when men are it's hard it's a hard pill to swallow, but here's the thing: when many men have to play the victim role and say women are like this and men are like this and women are like this, it's because they've been hurt in the past and they've been through something, but you chose those people for a reason. So start paying attention to the red flags, right? So I think that many times, like, you chose that. And so it's like really about, why did I choose that? Let me understand, let me grow from it. Because also, if you understand and grow for it, you're going to elevate to a different type of woman and start attracting different women. And this is something that I've recognized in my group coaching and my private coaching for men that are trying to go back out there and date. Is one of the things that I've noticed is that so they get to a point where they do the work, they actually attract high quality women. Maybe like we had a guy just in there who was attracting 3 high quality women, and he had to choose from them because he was dating them. And he was like, I can't go on dating this woman without being honest with them, but I have to choose one of them. And that's actually a really hard decision, right? And so he started to notice he started attracting like way higher quality women that he thought he would never be able to. And so the reason being is because he had a clear vision of what he wanted and he was living by them. He created a life he loved. He was focused on reality. And number 4, he had a strong sense of boundaries. Okay. Gentlemen, it's so important in order to not force attracting women by making these common mistakes is really about having a strong sense of boundaries and understanding what that is. Let me just clear something really quickly. Boundaries are not dictating someone on how they should treat you, they should do. Boundaries are all about you. This is what I need from you, or this is what I need. And if I can't see that, then I'm not too sure this is going to work. Boundaries are about being clear, being open, being honest. Okay. Boundaries are not about negating something to get your way. Boundaries aren't about saying something or telling somebody how to act or behave. Okay. That's really, really important to understand. So I'm going to take some of your questions, and you guys tell me if you have any questions about that. And before we go into some questions, oh, thank you, JB. Well, then you can do that. Thank you so much. One of the things that I want to really be able to focus on today, too, with you guys is knowing that, if you're going through a rough time when it comes to dating or relationships and you need some help with that, I'm here to help you. I have a big group coaching program called the Algorithm of Attraction Program. We are opening it up for a couple more men to get in. In that program, we go over limiting beliefs, bad habits, how to text women, how to flirt, how to sexually escalate, how to start a conversation, how to story build on a date, the conversations that you should be having on a date, the four different types of women, how to lead in a relationship, how to have that leader of men mentality, emotional regulation, EQ. You have weekly coaching calls with me. You have private monthly coaching calls with me. And you also have access to me via phone DM. Guys, like literally at your service. Okay. And you actually have lifetime access to this program as well with me and my coaching services. This is literally something that is a game changer. I would encourage you to sign up and you can actually book a consultation call with me. I'm going to link it here in the comments for you guys that are watching on YouTube and the rest that are watching on Facebook. If you have any questions about the program or working with me, please feel free to go ahead and um, ask me them right now. Give me one second. Uh, let's see. Yes. I love that comment. That is so true. Thank you, Jesse. Um, Sorry, guys. I'm just reading some of your comments. Oh, Jermaine, hope you're doing well. Oh, you're so sweet. So good to see you here, Jermaine, if you're still here. First point really hit the nail with what I'm going through my question. Okay, so let's see. All right, let me take this question. First point really hit the nail with what I'm going through. My question is, what's the best way to navigate the healing process over someone that we share the same friend group? Okay, so I think that I'm gonna call you Solid. Okay. All right, Solid. So I think the most important part is understanding like it is okay to take a break from the friend group. Okay. Just like kind of take a break from the friend group to get your ducks in line, we might say, right? Number one, it is okay to take a friend group. You're not losing because you took a friend. You're not weaker because you took a break. Like, don't think of it like that. Just take a little hiatus, maybe a month or two, whatever you feel like you need. Okay. Number one. Number 2 is I think it's important to maybe, if you can, you can maybe do some of the things with your friends when she's not around or when she is around, maybe not go to these, places during that time, if you don't take a break or if it's kind of, like, still new to you after a month of taking a break, or if you don't wanna take a break, that's the one thing I would do. And then thirdly, if you guys are in the same friend group, I think it's important for you to understand and remind yourself, like, what is the reasons why the breakup happened? I think that seeing someone in your face that you fell in love with or liked or had something with is hard for anyone. Okay. Not just you. It would be hard for anyone. Okay. So let's just make that clear. So I think it's important for you just to remind yourself, like, what is the reason why this relationship didn't work out? And instead of looking at it as it didn't work out, look at it as like this happened for me. And here's what I've learned and growing from it. Many times, the reason why we can't get over a breakup or over someone that's not a good fit for us is because we're still hanging on to what we want as closure, or we're still hanging on to the what ifs. We're still hanging on to, but if I did this differently, maybe we'd still be together. Sound familiar? What you want to do, and as human and how our brain works is it's because we don't have a sense of control, right? It's like because the brain is still looking for answers and we're not having a sense of control coming through. And so what happens is you have to gain your own sense of health and control, which is reminding yourself why this breakup happened, why it didn't work out, what you've learned from it, and holding that part as your sense of control and looking at it from a new perspective. I can guarantee you that will help. Thanks for your question. All right. Um, we don't even know. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, oh, you're so welcome, Jermaine. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for letting me know. Where to find high quality feminine woman in a very leaning, grudgy city. Oh gosh, you know what's so crazy is I've no judgment. I don't say this with judgment, guys, but I saw like, I help men with their dating app profile. I'll like log into their dating. A lot of my private clients, I'll log into their dating apps and I'll see who they're talking, how their conversations are going, and I'll swipe for them sometimes or see what they're swiping on and the woman that they're liking and all this stuff, right? And I understand this comment, gonna be honest. Um, but there's no way around it, okay? There's really no way around it, but there is high quality women in there, okay? So you might be, like I live in Florida, it rains more, right? Than it probably would in California. So the odds are there, but you can still find the sunshine. You see what I mean? Okay. Okay, let's see. I have used things from your videos and helped me a lot with myself and realizing past mistakes I made. Things are going much better and getting better. Thank you, ma'am. You're so, so welcome. Love you guys for telling me this. Um, okay, I think that's a great idea. I will do that. Newbie here, great channel. I greatly appreciate your wisdom and everything you do. Thank you, Mr. Gibbons. I appreciate you. I'm happy that you're new to this channel. Um, let's see. The woman I love lacks passion from me and miss that feeling that I'm attracted to her. Can you give me some sort of advice? She has become my best friend and she has okay. Oh my God. Fantastic question. I'm so happy you asked this, Frederick. Okay. Frederick, I don't know how old you are. Okay. So I'm going to make an assumption you might be 30, 40 years or older. Okay. Um, Probably 40s or older. So one of the things that I would encourage you to do is understand some things. First, let me get into the more medical stuff that I've noticed. I'm not not giving medical advice or anything, but just giving you an understanding of what I've seen. I think more than ever, 52. Okay. I think more than ever at your age, testosterone goes down, progesterone goes down. Men need both. Okay. And sometimes progesterone will go up. Men need both. One of the things I would highly encourage you to do is just get checked out. Just check your testosterone levels, estrogen levels, get a full panel. Okay. If you haven't done that already, that's number one. Just because I think it's important to discuss that first. Second is, all right, when a woman lacks passion in a relationship, it's because you're not really connecting to her on her love language. Okay. So you might be a guy that just is a simple guy that loves acts of service, and that's the way that you are so happy in relationships. But to you, it's like, why do I have to spend quality time or give her physical touch all the time? Like, doesn't she know I love her? But it's really important that you read this book called The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman, because many of us also love the people that we love the way we want to be loved. And that's not actually how some people receive love. So that's really important. Okay. That's two in that. Now, in regards to lacking passion, here's what I will say. I'm going to be honest with you, Frederick. I wouldn't encourage this for you to go on long. Okay. Because when a woman does lack passion, after a while, she can build resentment. Anybody could, even a man. Okay. You can build resentment. And so, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is just check in with yourself and check in with her and ask her, like, give her like situations to describe to you. Like, what would be a passionate situation that you would love me for me to do? Some activities that I give couples and my guys that are in marriages that are kind of failing or relationships that are failing and they hire me is one of the activities that I give them a couple activities to try depending on their wife, but is always to go in her ear and whisper something nice to her. And then take it up a little bit and whisper naughty things to her, right? I think that the biggest thing about passion is we think that sex is what we have to do. And as we get older and as we get into longer relationships, it's not just I gotta take a shower and let's have sex. Like, it doesn't work like that. It's about the slow cooking ride, okay, to get there. Slow cooker means the sweet innuendos, the physical touch, um, the emotional intimacy, right? Things like that. Does she feel heard? Does she feel loved? Look at the ways that she loves you. Try to mirror her behavior a little bit, Frederick. And I think that's going to help a little bit as well. If you want, I would go to my website and just either you can book a call with me here and probably discuss it a little bit more. The biggest thing I always say is when relationships lack passion, you let it go on for too long, you'll build resentment. It's hard to really keep that relationship afterwards. So don't hire me when it's almost too late, is what I'm saying. You see what I mean? Okay, I hope that helps, Frederick. Mm. Well, thank you. My gosh, I forgot that that was even an option on Facebook, YouTube. Mhm. Um, I wouldn't look too into this, maybe because you had something on them. Um, Here's what I always say, like those videos that say like the body language signs that a woman's into you, like just because I play with my hair doesn't mean I'm flirting with you. Just because I'm looking at your lips doesn't mean I want to kiss you. Like you have to see the actions that are going along with it. I think it goes far beyond that, gentlemen. Okay. I sure will. These are actually videos I'm going to start doing. Um, and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to share my videos with people, like click the bell notification. I mean, I see videos on YouTube getting so many views lately, and it's like the topics are like not even that interesting to me, but okay. And I do topics that I know a lot of men like, and I get like really lower views sometimes. But then the moment I make a video that's, oh, the power of walking away, then I get so many views, and it's just like I feel like we need more than that. So if you can get this algorithm going is by sharing, clicking the bell, commenting on my videos when I post them. That would really, really help. That would be actually the biggest gift that you can give me, gentlemen. And yes, Jesse, I will definitely be making a video about that. Um, all right, awesome, gentlemen. So if you don't have any more questions, I want to be able to, um, you can book a call. Oh, sorry. Book a free call also too with me or any of you can do it with my success coach, with myself. You can also too, really get an idea like maybe where it is that you can work on, how I can help you in your dating life. It's you can book a consultation call with me or anyone from my team. The link is here in the chat and it's also below in the description box. Okay. Um, I'll take this one last question. Okay. Uh, Awesome, Frederick. I'm so happy. I can't wait to talk to you. All right. So, if you are on the receiving end, would you want a man trying to win you back by buying your favorite flowers or some other things? I wouldn't want anything to be bought for me. No. Like I would not want even this necklace. I mean, it would be nice to get a nice necklace like this, but let me be honest, like I wouldn't want it. It's not going to make me change my decision. Actually, if you were to do something like that, like like a nice necklace, it would actually probably make me lose a little bit of respect for you. I think that buying flowers is great and all when you guys are on good terms, but buying flowers in order to get her back is not the way that you would go about getting a woman back. Um, Typically, it's about like what went wrong in the relationship in order to change the result, to let go, to show difference, to press the reset button a little bit. My husband and I actually just made a video about this. Leland Butler. I would highly encourage you to watch that. It is on my videos and my YouTube channel. It's just the last week's video. Go ahead and watch that, and we give you a lot of information on what you should do. When she says the dreaded, you don't have to do that. Yeah, that's what it means because you really don't have to do that. I think it's really I think it's really important to understand like gift giving. I always say this, gift giving is not my thing. Like it's just not. I think it's a great love language when you guys are together, but gift giving is not my thing in order to attract a woman or in order to reconcile with a woman. It's just probably the last option I would ever say. It doesn't even actually go in as an option, to be honest. So I would stop that because you don't have to do that. What you have to do is show change results in whatever happened in the breakup. And that's where I would encourage you to either do coaching with myself or my husband. My husband actually does marriage recovery, breakup coaching to help you as well. So if that is something that speaks to you, I would highly encourage you to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think the best gifts can be non-material. um, oh, so this is important. I think that for Joe Smith, I think that you really need to get out there and get out of your comfort zone. Really get out of your comfort zone because because the only evidence that you have is your mindset. There's no evidence-based truth that this is true because you've never put yourself out there to receive it. So, Joe Smith, if you are someone that wants to get like some help and me hold you accountable, get you out there and start slowly, I can do that for you. I would encourage you first to book a call with me and then we'll take it from there. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Well, I love doing a live. Hopefully, I'll do another live here soon. Much love to all of you. And the book a call link to work with me um, is below in the description box and in the comment box in the chat. And I think that that is the most important part is just for me to remind you one thing before I leave, sorry, is that in the book a call, when you book with me, we're going to go over a lot of the things that I think that I can help you in depending on where you're at in life. So we really just have a conversation about where you're at, what you're looking for, what results you're looking for as well. And I think it's important for you to understand that I have everything that you will need. It's just about, are you a good fit for the program? Are you coachable? And also um describe letting you know what it is that how I can work with you. And in the group coaching program we have everything when I talk about attraction. It goes from texting, conversations, first dates. I bring women in so you can go on a date with them and I can see how you're dating. I revamp your online dating profile. Like there is no way you're not going to get results. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so if this speaks to you, I highly encourage you to book a call now. And much love to all of you. I will see you soon. And remember, you're always loved. Bye for now, guys.